Once upon a time, dating way back far in our history, there once was a revolution that unfolded. And from then on forward, it became a significant story, holding different ideas that are worth being told. During the Age of Enlightenment, no, not that Enlightenment, yeah, that Enlightenment. During the Age of Enlightenment, an English philosopher wonders, Sir John Locke, on the peak era of mercantilism and royal monopoly, could not help but ponder, what if we change how things work around? And from that curiosity, a golden thought had been found. This thought sought to question the norms of hereditary privilege, state religion, and absolute monarchy, while pushing traditional conservatism to an edge. He then proposed a concept that seems to be much better. He said that in this social issue, liberalism is the answer. Liberalism is a political and moral philosophy, promoting rights of individual, liberty, consent, and equality. A political belief that aims to preserve individual rights and maximum freedom of choice. Everyone should have a say in their own lives. Everyone should have a voice. This idea exploded, reached various parts of the world, and prevailed up to this generation. In fact, it is noted and known as the dominant ideology of modern times across different nations. But there is one key factor that makes liberalism more attractive to different countries. The secret ingredient that influences various government and certain activities. If you're still wondering and can't wait for me to spill the tea, well, liberalism plays a major role in the development of our economy. During the time of pandemic, our society crumpled. People lost their jobs and the world have suffered. The International Labour Organization has confirmed this crisis in our global economy, stating that the COVID-19 pandemic caused 114 million people to lose their jobs in 2020. They estimate working hours lost were equal to 255 billion full-time jobs, a burden for everybody. It resulted in $3.7 trillion lost in labors and a lot of casualties. It had been the cause of an economic recession. The prices of meat, fruits, veggies, and other basic commodities plummeted because of the inflation. People suffered and families were destroyed. How would they be able to provide food on the table if they are unemployed? Unfortunately, the government's power to help has been limited too, considering that the COVID-19 made them collect lower tax revenue. Situations like this one makes us realize the benefits of liberalism, showcasing the importance of why we truly need them. With liberalism, our economy would prosper. Just take a look at the economic advantages that it offers. Liberalism promotes a free market economy, which could have been very useful when lockdowns were implemented in different countries, as people would have the ability to bargain for much lower prices from the seller. The demand would go up and generated profit would be higher. Liberalism also promotes the utilization of free trade. This means export and import finally would be less restricted. Although a bit risky, look at the positive side and you'll realize that it would significantly lower the prices of goods and the essentials that we buy. Another benefit of liberalism is the lower taxation, very helpful to entrepreneurs and would attract investors across different nations. Although one might argue that it would lower tax collection for the government, the increased employment rate, higher income, and economic growth it offers would be more than enough to rectify this event. But then, just like anything, liberalism is not perfect. It also holds some disadvantages, and it's worth noticing it. For instance, it increases the risk of abusive companies, exploiting free trade, and even a free market economy. If businesses are left without regulation and restriction, the risk of shady business activities needs to be given much attention. With all the things that have been said, I hope you figure it out by now. I hope you were able to weigh the pros and cons of the concept that we were talking about. Although we must be careful of the drawbacks it may offer, in terms of economic growth and stability, liberalism is the answer.